So the question is always, is the toy worth it? The money that they're asking for? And I'm going to give you a little spoiler. I think that this figure is worth every penny. This figure is just so detailed and amazing, and you have to get it if you're a fan of the X-Men and if you're a fan of Mezco the way I am. See, the thing for me is that I love Mezco's approach of more realism, but I also like Super 7s, you see, because those take me back to my childhood. But the realistic approach is amazing, and the articulation that Mezco figures provide isn't that bad. It's pretty good. It's not on the level of Figuarts, it's not on the level of Affix, but it's pretty damn good. And for everything you get with this figure at the price, if you like X-Men Bishop, you have to get it. You have to. Let me show you everything he's got. This is head sculpt number 1. I am showing you details here. Look, I am showing you everything here so you can see for yourself. I look at the scar. I mean, that looks nice. The shading on his skin, it looks like skin to me. It looks good. I mean, take a look at his armor, take a look at his hair. There's just so much going on. You can sit there looking at every little part of this head sculpt and think to yourself, damn, this is nice. Compare that to my previous reviews at Affix or any of the other figures, Super 7, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Like this looks good. You can see wrinkles in his skin. You can see a lot. You don't really see wrinkles in the skin of the other characters, and I know they have wrinkles, but they just don't put them there. Like I said, it's more of a simplistic approach. This is more real, and I really think this looks good. Like this guy right now on my shelf looks freaking nice, and when I take photos of him, it's gonna look even nicer, especially because of all the accessories he comes with. This head sculpt is actually my favorite. I always like the scowling ones the best. If you like the other kind of head sculpt like this without any hair, well then this one might be for you. This one's not my favorite, not at all. I'm glad they included it. I don't quite remember Bishop this way. The way I remember Bishop is from the X-Men animated series where he got a mullet. Maybe I can find the mullet on eBay and put it on his bald head here. That would be freaking cool. Or Mezco should come up with that. Like a little mullet. Wouldn't that look cool? Business in the front and party in the back. That's what I always say about mullets. That's what everybody always says. So let's look at his hands, okay? He's got a few of them. These are his first pair of hands, the ones that he comes with. These are his standard punching hands that I think every figure kind of has to have. But look at the detail on his glove, okay? Just compare that to other figures. There's a lot going on here. I mean, it's just freaking nice. I can't say enough about this figure. I mean, it looks so good, but not just that it looks good. This is something you cannot get from any video, okay? He feels good. He feels substantial. There is some weight to him. Look at these second pair of hands. I mean, they're just as detailed as the first, if not more, because they're open palm, right? So he holds his rifle with these hands and he shoots the rifle with that hand. It's the trigger hand. The other one's to hold the rifle. But it's just, I can't believe sometimes, like, all the detail they pack into this. I really wonder how they make Mezco. So I'm pretty sure I know how they make Affix, because you can see where the plastic joins. It's just not very, to me, good. This to me looks incredible. And if you don't believe me, maybe you can know somebody with a Mezco and you can feel their figure. They have this weight to it that you can't describe. Like the Figuarts and the Affix, they don't have that kind of feel. They don't. So if you don't know the character Bishop, you should get to know him maybe a little bit and then pick up this figure, because he's such a good value right now, and I'll get to that later in the video where you can get him. But he's been through some stuff. He's from the future. He fights Sentinels. I mean, he's a pretty powerful character. He is a badass. And the only thing that I would say is kind of off about this figure is that I always thought of Bishop as a big, tall, hulking kind of guy, and this figure isn't that huge. So maybe he could have been a little bit bigger in my opinion. But these are all his hands, okay? He's got 5 hands for the right hand, 5 right hands, and 3 left hands. So they all do something different. They hold something different. He's got a ton of accessories. Something like, I keep criticizing Mafex, but they're always so skimpy on their accessories. This guy comes with a lot. Look at this rifle here. Just pause it here for a second. You can see so much detail here. The paint on the red and the orange and the gray is not just straight up gray. It's darker shades of gray in certain places. I mean, damn, dude. This thing is so cool. That ammunition clip, it comes off too. That's crazy. And you can put it on your belt for storage or put it on the gun. I think that's freaking nuts. All that level of detail. When he's not busy shooting some sentinels, you can put his rifle away on his back there. That's pretty cool. The gun is just as detailed as his rifle. It's freaking awesome. The colors, the light, what is that, light blue, light gray, the yellow and orange. I mean, damn, dude, this thing looks cool. He's also got a storage spot for this, by the way. But yes, like, I can't get over, I keep saying it, but really you have to look at it for yourself. Or maybe you don't. You can see the detail here. You have to feel him for yourself. And I know that's hard to do because you can't open the box, right? But man, you will not regret picking him up. He just feels really good. In fact, you know what? All the Mezco figures feel really good. But this guy in particular, yeah, he's nice. That knife is cool. It's got like these detailed marks and like it's been through some stuff. I mean, he holds it well with one of his hands. It won't come off, and yeah, that thing is sharp enough to go into the foam right there. So that's pretty sharp, you know. These are his other accessories. He's actually got 3 gun clips. One of them is on the gun right now, so I messed up right there. A walkie-talkie and 3 grenades, all of which you can put on his belt. So he basically has a spot for most of his gear. I'll go through it with you, but you can see his knife goes there, his gun goes to the side, his grenades are right there at the upper right hand corner, and there's more stuff in the back. His belt has a ton of detail. You can see the material for his pants, and apparently he's got a pretty big package, it looks like. But anyways, yeah, look, even the holster is pretty nice. I mean, damn, the detail, like it's worn, right? You can feel it. It's dirty looking, but it just looks good. So the one thing that I found a little difficult here is to put these clips on his belt. You can see that I didn't really succeed at that. It's kind of hard to put it. So if there's a criticism about this figure, it's this right here. This isn't exactly fit well, you know? His walkie-talkie fits perfectly, so do his grenades. They won't come off. You can turn them around, shake them around, they won't come off. But the gun clips, they will. Actually, they will even if you try to move the figure. So that kind of sucks. But so here's his knife, right? It goes into his side of his pants right there. I mean, do I have to say it again? Look at that detail. And then he's got these effects that have specific hands for them. So you kind of stick his hand into that one to his right hand, and it goes in there because, you know, he has these powers to absorb energy and all that. And the other hand, his left hand, is simply to hold that effect. So that one's not actually that stable, but it works for like if you're gonna pose him on the shelf or if you're going to take photos of him. But don't expect to pick him up and don't expect that thing to not fall off. It's gonna fall off. This effect on his right hand here, it's not gonna fall off. It looks nice, but I feel like maybe it could have used a little bit of shading. It is nice to have all these things though, because when you're taking photos of them, having all these accessories gives you so many different options. He has a cloak too, which is soft goods. It kind of wraps around him. At first I thought it looked kind of weird, and to be honest, I don't think that I put it on him all that well. You can pose it a little bit better to not have him covered up like that. I think it's cool to have. Again, you can see all the holes in it, like he's been through some stuff, right? It looks really cool. I like it a lot. The only thing they could have done with him is put some holes in his pants, but I mean, you don't want to do that because, you know, you'll mess up the figure even faster. But yeah, this thing has a bendy wire on it too, so you can do all kinds of things, wrap it around, you can use it for other things. The possibilities are pretty endless when it comes to that for photography, you know? Like I said before though, I know that Mezco figures are not as articulated as Figuarts or Mafix. I get it. But he's not bad. He can look up, he can look down, he can rotate, he can look sideways. I mean, he can do a lot of things. Maybe not as much as like other figures, but man, he can do a lot. And all you need is some wires to prop him up to do some dynamic poses, and you got some really cool photos coming from this figure. His wrist, it rotates any which way, sideways, around. You can do a lot, and again, that opens up the possibilities for photos. His waist, it has a good amount of rotation, not the best but not bad. It's because he's got all that armor, so I mean, as you can tell, it's good enough, right? I actually don't even know. Actually, the last toy I reviewed was Cyclops, and his rotation was insane, like not humanly possible kind of rotation. But this Bishop character has pretty good rotation. You can do the splits that much. You can rotate. He can do the knee bend. It's pretty good. He's got this swivel, this kick that high, which is pretty good because he's got those pants on. His arms, they can go up that high. His elbows can bend that way. I mean, as you can see here, I'm not exaggerating here. He's got a pretty good articulation going on. Not as good as Mafix, but pretty damn good, I think. So let's look at the details. Not like you haven't seen them because I've been showing you nothing but look at this. This looks nice. So while I show you the details, I want to talk to you about what I think, why I think Mezco figures are worth it more so than most any others. Mafix is nice, but they're very skimpy on the accessories, and they tend to be $100, $105. This Bishop figure, brand new, only cost $80. And for what the level of detail, the level of articulation, and all the accessories you get, I think this is a steal. You know, I don't know. I think this looks really good. The only other brand that I really like how the details on are NECA, but those definitely are not very articulated. So this is a good mixture of both details and articulation, I think. Not that Mafix or anything else has no place. They do. I like them too, and I buy them, so I must like them, right? But damn, dude, I am just, every time I open up a Mezco figure, I'm just blown away by the level of detail. Seriously. So how does this Mezco figure compare to others? Because you want your figures to play nice with other figures. So here he is next to a Beta Ray Bill from Marvel Diamond Select. It doesn't look good. That doesn't scale at all. Next to the Apocalypse, it looks pretty good, I think. I think that scales pretty well. That's from Marvel Legends. And then here he is next to the Batman McFarlane. I don't know how I feel about that. The Batman shouldn't be that much bigger. Batman should be smaller than Bishop, I think. But here he is next to Wolverine. That looks okay. But Wolverine should be shorter, or Bishop should be bigger, I think. For prices, well, I said he was, what was he, $980? Well, he's actually $90. And this is on the Mezco website. I paid $80, but he's $90 at most places. Mezco has him for $90. Part of the fun collecting all these figures is figuring out where to buy him, right? So most places are gonna have him for the same price. He's $90. Even my go-to store that usually is a little cheaper is $90 too. That's Toys in the Box. So $90 all around, but you can get him somewhere for $80. It's not gonna be at Entertainment Earth because he's $90 there, but I'm glad that I at least have him. And where you get them for less would be Amazon. That's where I got them, and you know, if you continuously look, you'll see really great deals. Thank you for watching, guys. I really hope that you subscribe. Like I said before many times, these videos take me a while, and I do it because I love it. I should be editing a wedding right now, but I'm here doing this, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks.